Okay, hi guys, welcome back to the Audio Levels channel. Welcome back to another review. Today we're taking a look at the Tipsy TTromso Pinestone C. These are a set of earphones, recommended retail price under $100. And I think they offer something a little bit different from the Arias, which have been kings for so long. In the sub $100, this offers a slightly different tuning, and it's quite an interesting earphone that I've really enjoyed using. If you're new here to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you are returning, welcome back, and I hope you enjoy this review. So this one's going to be a faster one because there's not too much to say about this. It's just a solid earphone at its price point and offers something to bass heads or bass leaning people that they might be interested in picking up a set of this. This is a good everyday headphone with really good tuning in a V shape. Let's get into the box. The box, Tipsy always does something a little bit different. They have this TTromso on the side, the little pull tab. And I really like that they give you a lot of the information on the outside. They give you a frequency response graph. This dip in the middle, I was a little bit surprised to see this. It looks a little bit flatter, but when you actually look at against the response at the side, it is actually V-shaped. It does have sparkling treble, and the mid-range is recessed from the treble and the mids. I'll just let that focus there for you. So this is a 12mm LCP driver, liquid crystal polymer, which is something that you're beginning to see a lot. It seems like a lot of these companies believe in the LCP technology, so they're going with that. You're seeing it pop up in a lot of different earphones, but here it is in the Tipsy. And do you know what? Presentation, the box is beautiful. They go the little extra mile. I'll just take everything out. This piece of paper, just an added little thing to make it feel a little bit more premium. Usual warranty card and instruction manual situation in there. I think when I unboxed this originally, this was on top. This is like an air freshener or something that you hang down, just the little TTromso logo. And in here you have a bag with the accessory ear tips. You don't get a case with it, and you don't get a really good selection of ear tips either. Just a cheap generic Tipsy bag. You get a few different tips. It comes with the small ones installed. I was using this with my Asla Sendafit. I'll leave the link to those. They're my favourite tips. They work fine size-wise with it. But the tips that are included are actually quite good, and of course they include a set of comply style if that's something that you're interested in. The cable is corded, and the reason I got the Monarchs over here is just to show the difference between a good corded cable and an average corded cable. This one retains some memory. If you look at it like this, it's retaining some memory. It's got a kink here, a kink here. The flow on a sort of higher end corded cable, like the one you get from Linsol for about $89, again, link in the description below. I'm gonna say that because people always ask me, like, where is that? So I'm putting all the stuff in the descriptions finally so that you can just click on it and go and see yourself. The cable is pretty high quality though. Apart from the memory retention, it does behave itself quite well. It's quite pleasant to use, and it feels very durable. So it also comes with a 2-pin connector, and thank God that they've gone with a recessed port on it. So people hear me talk about this all the time. I don't like flush sitting connectors. Flush sitting connectors have a chance to get more moisture from sweat and stuff into the connectors, which causes corrosion and can destroy your earphones. So with this, you're just getting standard 3.5mm headphone jack. They can be powered very easily, so I don't think you need to go balanced with them. They are very comfortable. They're a small set of resin-filled earphones with a very small bore tube on the end of it. It's got medium depth insertion. Very comfortable, no problems. It's something that you see on a lot of earphones. So let's just get straight into the sound. The sound of these is, as I mentioned, V-shaped with, I would say, more accentuated on the bass end of things. It displays good sub-bass response. Something that the sub $100 market has been leaning to has been this aria flat tuning. And the The Audio Legacy 2 is maybe about $20 or so more than this, and I think it's the better earphone in terms of detail retrieval and still providing that bass bump. But if you want to keep it under $100 or you see this on special, it gives you a fun bassy presence with decent detail retrieval, but it has good timbre, good sound staging. The sub bass response gives adequate rumble, like I would say elevated adequate rumble. Mid bass retrieval was actually pretty good in terms of detail in that region. And then the blend into the mids, there's a definite drop off there, but it's very smooth and there's no bleed over into the mid range. The mid range sits recessed, and that's where it loses some of the detail. Not so much because of the detail's not there, but it's just not prominent enough to be a focus in the mid range. However, that does mean that vocals are very smooth. There's overtones of warmth in the mid range. It's a very pleasant, laid back, easy to listen to earphone, whereas the Aria might be, you know, the Aria is very good for people, audiophiles or audio hobbyists, with its flatter response, but the main criticism from a lot of people is that it just doesn't sound fun or engaging enough, and this one's more fun, especially if you listen to genres like EDM, hip hop, that sort of stuff. The highs were what impressed me most, because they had a very elevated highs with good sparkle, but no degeneration into sibilance. I found it very comfortable to listen to, but the treble is there, especially on EDM music, that peaks up to the sort of drop point for the bass, you know, when it goes boom. That point with this sounds absolutely fantastic, and the extension into the treble, the push treble, creates a sense of soundstage as well that made it a very engaging listen to in terms of creating that atmosphere of a bigger, I'm not going to say out of the head experience, but it definitely sounded bigger than your average headphone. So in terms of comparisons on this one, I would say you're looking at around about the Blonde Prometheus. The Blonde BL88 is usually what I recommend, just because it looks so cool and it gives that sort of fun presentation. I think this one is more technically astute than the Blonde. The Blonde is still the better looking, the better constructed, and it still gives that punchy sort of hit. If you want to go something more refined, I'll leave a link to the Moondrop Aria, which should be in this little bag. Let's get the earphones out the bag. Whoa, that's an expensive avalanche. Do I have the Aria here? There you go. There's the Moondrop Aria. Moondrop Aria, better build quality, all metal body, more balanced sound. Tipsy, more for sort of somebody who's wanting something bass focused. But I would definitely give it a recommendation. There's lots of options at this price point, obviously, but these are a solid recommendation. So thanks for watching that one. We have a few different reviews coming up this week. We have the Canera Imperial Urd. We have the The Audio. What do I have from The Audio? No, sorry, it's the Tin Hi-Fi P1 Panda, the planar magnetics. I have the TRN backs and a few other things that are going to be coming out in videos in time. Sorry, I'm stumbling through the last of this one. I'll let you guys go. If you liked the video, please click like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video.